on much fresher, softer tyres, and he's clearly a lot quicker. They're both got to be worried about Hulkenberg attacking some points.
Red Bull there behind as well, coming in.
Through goes the Red Bull.
Yep. It's Verstappen having to make his way through the traffic. We'll be able to see in the background Antonelli.
There came through on the microphone. I don't know if it was a panic or a what, as the Racing Bulls were side by side in the final corner. That's a new
and Antonelli together. Hamilton's under investigation, but can he make the move on track? And for those who say get rid of the blue flag, welcome to what it would look like.
badly on that last lap. He didn't get out of the way of Norris when he had all the time in the world to do it earlier on. Running in 11th place and concentrating on himself. But blue flags still operating. Just got to look at them.
Lawson in P8 now.
This feels that there's more than 20 cars out on track. Well, 19 cars, with Piastri out as well. Well, and the two Cadillacs. They all seem to be congregated around the same piece of tarmac.
Norris, Verstappen and Antonelli is the top.
For Antonelli, it's Hulkenberg this time.
Let's see whether... Okay, so Antonelli's being let by, there was Hamilton. Good work.
Yeah, Hulkenberg very good with the blue flags. You can see just before Verstappen passed him, he was back and forward looking at his brother. He's done exactly the same with this battle here for the final place on the podium.
Fully automated, and you only had the race engineer in your radio telling you when to get out of the way.
All the teammates there.
Hey, all of these years later, I get one back on it.
Yeah, it wasn't always fully automated. It wasn't always in the sport, the blue flag is.
No. Doesn't it? Just when you think you might be in a scenario where someone's got a comfortable advantage, well, Formula One comes along and says, no, was a race of development. Every day is the challenge.
Hamilton is trying to get Pucker.
Almost around this one, but if you've got 4 laps to go and you've got a 13-second lead and fresher tyres, maybe it's a luxury that that you can take for Lando Norris.
Yeah, you definitely.
It would only be his 4th home visit of the season. He's 5.3, 5.1 ahead of Antonelli on old soft tyres. He's got the advantage, having stayed out under the virtual safety.
I wonder whether Ferrari have told Hamilton he's got a 5-second penalty.
I would have thought not.
They have.
Oh.
Sorry, I just glanced, but yeah, they did tell him. The reply on the radio, "What's happened?" said Lewis Hamilton by way of reply.
Oh, well, he's still absolutely pushing for an overtake, or he's just dropped back more than 1 second, but the way he was hustling for that pass on Antonelli, taking a lot of risks, I thought he was a man desperate for the podium.
Well, what could happen?
And we got a 5-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane.
They handed out penalties like crazy.
Well, I was going to
Antonelli
explain.
through the gravel.
Yeah, just dipped the wheel there, sorry.
Incredibly well deserved, I have to say, from Norris. He has been driving at such a high level for the last few races. He hasn't had necessarily the car too often to prove it, but he was so quick in Belgium. He did a great job to get the McLaren to provisional pole and then 3rd place in the end at the end of Q3. Had the grid penalty, tried to come back, a few other races as well. Silverstone, he was doing very well in a car that couldn't compete with the rivals. Now it's upgraded, and he puts the car on pole. Lost the lead at the start of the race, would have been kicking himself for that for the first 40 laps or so. But as and when he got clear air again, he's just been too quick. And it's been a run of form that's been coming for him, but now he has the car to deliver it, and this is the result.
Yeah, it's been a world champion drive, and it's been great to see. What do you see? Just his whole way of dealing with the fact off the back of a world title, the disappointment of not having such a competitive car, he's just knuckled down and got on with the business of being a Grand Prix driver.
And what a contrast to a year ago, where he was clinging on in the championship battle when he needed different strategies. He seems a driver released by having completed his childhood dream of winning the World Championship. He went to every single event he was invited to in the off-season, accepted, and it must be so difficult to accept that he can't fight for the title, can't defend the title that he worked so hard to win. But this weekend has been Lando Norris at his very best. Andrea Stella, who knows a thing or two about Formula One, his team principal, saying it was an overperformance. They didn't expect to win this Grand Prix, but Norris, unleashed, is heading to the flag first. He's had to deal this year with so much unreliability, but the updated McLaren is going to get there. They are already mighty around this racetrack. They're going to win here for the 14th time, and Lando Norris wins the Hungarian Grand Prix for his first Grand Prix victory of the season and his first Grand Prix victory as world champion. And if you ever need an instruction, a race to show you not to give up in Formula One, here's second place for Max Verstappen, who just refused to leave the fight. Kimi Antonelli completes the podium to extend his lead in the World Championship. And with The penalty applied for Lewis Hamilton. Charles Leclerc managed to stay within 5 seconds. He finishes in 4th place. Lewis Hamilton drops down to 5th after a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But we now have 5 Grand Prix winners in Formula 1 2026. The latest is Lando Norris.
What a mate. Well done.
Woo! Beautiful. Car was unbelievable today. Well done, guys. Incredible. Well, flying. Thank you so much for the car. Nice to finally be able to do it all for you again. Feels like it's been a while, so congrats, very well deserved. The hard work pays off. Just keep it going. Thank you very much. I love you all.
His first victory since Sao Paulo at the back end of last season, and that is a while to wait. It was the 9th of November the last time he stood on the top step.
What a beautiful message to his team as well. Just centred. Absolutely awesome. Well done, Lando Norris.
Dominant. Crushed everybody today. It's a great Lando Norris circuit. He's always gone really well in Budapest. And he takes another win, back-to-back wins here. And this is a statement as well for McLaren. Zandvoort up next, another circuit that Norris has excelled.
That is an excellent drive, Max. Really, really, really spot on. I think the VSC's robbed you of a showpiece finale, but nonetheless, you can be proud of that final stint. And some great moves in there as well, so fantastic job.
Yeah, I mean, how that we got second today is unbelievable. Great result. Well, I'm struggling quite a lot out there, so.
Sometimes the team radio exactly meets your expectation of what he's going to say.
It's a Max Verstappen drive though, wasn't it? Ending up through thick and thin, and I don't think we heard a single radio message where he was happy with the car, but he's 2nd place and comfortably clear in the end of Kimi Antonelli, who did well to get back to a podium. Not a disaster for Mercedes on a tricky day for them. 19 finishers today. Aston Martin, 13th and 14th. We haven't really mentioned them all day. Upgrades this weekend. They have beaten an Alpine, 2 Haas cars and 2 Williams. So well done to them.
The light at the end of the tunnel begins to show for Aston Martin. Step forward for them. Lawson back in the points, first points of the year for Hulkenberg. Lindblad again, he hung on to P10 with 49 lap old hard tyres. But your winner is Lando Norris, and after all of the pain of the unreliability, McLaren dig deep, update the car and return it to the top step. It is their 100th Grand Prix win using Mercedes power. Their first was won by DC back in 1997, season opener in Australia. And Lando delivering immediately with that upgraded car. Kimi Antonelli ahead of Hamilton, who finished P5. Ahead of Russell, who finished P7. And he finds himself with an extended championship advantage. And it will be McLaren, Red Bull and Mercedes on a weekend where so many thought it might be Ferrari. Plenty for the Scuderia to look at, to learn from. And they will hope that they can deliver in Zandvoort, which is our next Grand Prix. High fives all round for Antonelli, who will go into the 2nd half of the season with a dream campaign so far.
His trickiest weekend really of the year, isn't it? But he still ends up in 3rd and ahead of all of his title rivals. So it's another one where it pays off. Russell laboured to 7th place in the end on the back of Hadjar having made a 2nd stop. And another weekend of head-scratching for George. Lewis picking up another penalty. No one's putting it together right now apart from Kimi Antonelli. And it is difficult as we head to the summer break to see anyone coming close to him for the end of the season. He is just in such a rich vein of form.
Yeah, he really is. The McLaren getting back in the battle, Verstappen refusing to give up, Ferrari looking competitive. Still possible to have enormous point swings race to race, but what a campaign it has been so far from the 19-year-old from northern Italy. But it's the World Champions Day and then some. He was in the wheel tracks of his teammate for a long time, got the clear air and went to work. And he has won the Grand Prix by 15 seconds in front of an enormous crowd here in Budapest. And Kimi Antonelli spoke last year in his rookie campaign about dealing with the relentless run of races. He has earned that glug of water.
Physical race today, easy to forget that as well. Hot, loads and loads of corners, not a lot of chance to get your breath, and looks like it's taking it out of them.
Yeah, taking a moment just to catch the breath.
I lost like 2 seconds to lap. But luckily we stopped because I started to see the metal. Like, you know, when you start to see it.
It's going to be a happy, smiley podium.
Once you had clean air, it was just like...
In the way. Interesting to hear everyone's thoughts. Remember, in the post-show, all the analysis in the company of Laura Winter as we go through a very, very eventful Hungarian Grand Prix. And the crowd have been treated once again to a great race in a great place, which we see time and time again around this circuit. James Hinchcliffe has made his way downstairs, and he's going to be talking to the top three.
Well, it's high fives and applause all around here for Lando Norris. Lando, 12th career victory, back-to-back here in Hungary. It was a dominant day, but it didn't start necessarily the way you were hoping. Walk us through what happened on that first lap with Oscar in turn 2.
I'm tired. What happened? I don't know what happened, to be honest. I just kept losing the rear. I had like 3 or 4 big snaps. Felt horrible, and of course Oscar did a good job to get the car back and get back past. So I think I was just a bit wide in the dirt, and game over for the first lap. But man, I was pushing like hell to try and force him into a mistake or something. My pace today was probably some of the best pace I've ever had. The car was beautiful to drive, and I felt very confident. So a great race, and to get it back in terms of going long, which is certainly not what I was expecting. But the pace was so good, I could always extend the stints, and fresh tires then always won me the race. So just happy to be back and see the #1 again.
Yeah, #1 in victory lane for first time with you on this car as world champion back in the winner's circle. The team did a lot of effort, a lot of work to get the upgraded car here. It's obviously worked well this weekend. Are you confident in what you're feeling behind the wheel that this kind of performance is going to carry forward?
I want to believe so. Considering how good it felt today, I certainly want to believe that we can continue it. There's going to be moments where we're going to struggle more, moments that might be even better, but we know this track is a good one for us. It's probably one of my best suited tracks of the year, so this is maybe as good as it can look for now, but I certainly believe we can still win races. I knew it was coming, and like you said, the team have put so much work in to make it a car that can finally win again. It's nice to be able to do it for them.
All right, we'll come back to you in a sec. Max Verstappen, it's been a difficult weekend for Red Bull. We've heard comments on the radio, balance issues, shifting issues. The car's aerodynamically broken. You're standing here, P2. Is this beyond what you were expecting coming into today?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I didn't expect to be on the podium today, but yeah, we worked hard for it. I think the start was decent, you know, to get through turn 1 and 2. Then after the first stop, to get back ahead of Lewis under braking into turn 1, And then, yeah, just trying to survive on the compounds, trying to make the right calls with this strategy as well. So, yeah, very happy considering, you know, to be second here.
You had some great battles on track there, especially with Lewis Hamilton, a great dive bomb into turn one there. Just walk us through some of those battles that you had on track.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the opportunity as my only one, and yeah, I just went for it. We're good on the brakes, so that helped, but it was all under control.
Very good, congratulations. And Kimi, you look hot, you look tired. We've talked about how hot it is this weekend. What was it like inside the car physically?
Yeah, it was a tough race. You know, it was really hard to overtake, so we had to do something with strategy. And initially we tried to go for the one stop. Oh, I lost the mic.
We got you.
And so yeah, then, you know, I tried to go for one stop, but then they told me that the tire was too much on the limit, so we stopped. And then, yeah, with the virtual safety car, the two Ferrari box, and I knew it would have been very hard because I wasn't hard, they weren't soft, but yeah, luckily, you know, we managed to keep them behind.
Kimi, we're halfway through the season now. We head into the summer break. You've extended your lead in the championship. More than 2 full Grand Prix wins is the buffer. Could you ever have imagined being in this position halfway through the year?
No, not really. And of course, I'm very happy. And is the best way to go into summer break. I think today was big damage limitation. And yeah, we got to keep pushing because it's you know, second half is going to be hard, but we'll try our best.
All right, well, great recovery today
you,
from
everyone.
P7. Congrats on the podium. Lando, we talk about momentum in this sport a lot. You head into the summer break off the back of a great result. How important is it to keep the spirits of the team up going into a break like this?
It helps, that's for sure. It helps you get through it. I mean, the team are still working hard to bring even more to the car. I mean, we have tough competition. The Ferraris are quick. Kimi's the one that's just always there every single session. He's doing a good job, you know. So if we wanna come back, we need a lot more of these, and we need to keep putting pressure on our competition. But today or this weekend was a perfect weekend for us. But it's going to be tough. So we'll keep pushing. We'll keep working hard. I owe the team a lot. They've done an amazing job to even get back to winning races at this point. So I'm proud. We need to enjoy a good break. We're all going to enjoy a nice break and some time off, and hopefully we come back even stronger.
Got big plans for your time off?
Just sleep. That's all.
Well, you've earned it, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very
Lando
much.
Norris, Max Verstappen, and Kimi Antonelli, your top 3.
James Hinchcliffe with the questions. The crowd making their way to the podium, which will be occupied by Kimi Antonelli, Max Verstappen, and Lando Norris, who's taken his first Grand Prix win of the season. And it means that in 11 races, we've had 5 different winners, and I don't think that was in anyone's thoughts at the start of the season, where Mercedes looks so dominant. But it's Lando Norris signing the champagne bottle. There we go. And he's always had form around this racetrack, always in the top 2 around here since 2022, and back-to-back victories now. Last year was a roll of the dice. This year, exemplary. And it must be one of his sweetest Grand Prix wins. And he ties DC on 12 wins. Just his 12th win in 162 starts. They've been hard-earned from the doldrum years with McLaren to the title success and winning once more. What a great sight at the end of the first part of the season. And this went away for a few years, a couple of decades ago. It's great that the crowd get a brilliant view of Norris, Verstappen and Antonelli. Antonelli wanted to go on and on and on and on, try and stay out on track. In the end, though, able to keep Hamilton at bay, and Hamilton, given the penalty, drops him behind Charles Leclerc in the classification. So any thought of Ferrari team orders, I can tell you the updates were coming all the way on that last lap. To the cool-down room we go. The updates were coming all the way on that last lap.
Oh, at least we have some AC here now.
It's nice, yeah. I honestly thought if I didn't pass you the lap I passed, I would have been stuck behind you.
Yeah, because pace was not bad for me.
Just the last two corners, you're very strong. We were just terrible in the last two corners.
You know what happened, I think, to him? He hit the top of the pack and lost the boost.
When you were still in P2, right?
Yeah. Oh my God!
Did you meet?
Oh, that was like 2024.
Yeah.
Like throw.
Okay. I was like, it's my only chance.
No way.
What? Okay.
Because there was no blue flags. The blue flags.
They were giving me blue flags.
You needed a blue. You should have let me pass earlier.
No, but here then I said, okay, I'll let you by.
Thank you.
Not gonna. But I was getting the blue flags. I went on the radio and was like, what am I getting blue flags?
I mean,
It's
it
like
felt
the
okay. I mean, I
hard
did a
was
lot
good,
of
so
laps on
that's
it,
good.
but of course. Was also lower fuel load, so
Yeah.
Yeah, the sub maybe was not bad for last in.
I mean, I survived.
But
The cool-down run with Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, Kimi Antonelli. Interesting to hear the thoughts. Love the reaction from the other two to his move into turn number 1. From downtown to get by. And Verstappen's response that he thought that was his only chance. I think he's bang on with that one. And it's worked out to give him 18 World Championship points. Back-to-back podiums and his 4th podium appearance of the year for Verstappen, who scores his best finish in Budapest since 2023, where he was utterly dominant, won every single week. It's Ford's best podium finish around here since his father in 1994. That was for Benetton Ford. Red Bull Ford about to be represented on the podium by Max Verstappen, but first of all, Kimi Antonelli, the championship leader, extending his margin further over Hamilton and Russell. Max Verstappen onto the podium for the 2nd time in a week. But here comes the world champion, celebrating sweet success and drinking in Grand Prix victory for the first time as the world champ. He's going to hear his anthem. They're laughing about what happened to the old winner's trophy. Handle with care, Lando Norris. He's taken the first win of the season. He gets the trophy, the distinctive porcelain trophy, presented by the Prime Minister, and he hoists it aloft, along with the gold medal. Moreira, the #1 mechanic for Lando Norris's car, gets the honour of representing the team. Big moment for McLaren, claiming their first Grand Prix win of the season. And that's their 14th at this venue. Way more than anyone else. And Max Verstappen isn't sure how he got there. And second place in the four-time champ. And is this man about to join the club that the other two on the podium are part of?
Congratulations, gentlemen, well done.
He is enjoying every moment as well. Doesn't seem burdened by it. Norris, for the first time today, goes into defensive mode, but it's to protect the winner's trophy, the champagne shower, after an eventful race of great overtakes, dramatic moments. Back markers getting involved, 8 virtual safety cars, retirements as well for one of the contenders. Back up there. Had to wait for that top step feeling since November. He ends the first part of the campaign with the traditional champagne celebration, dousing his #1 mechanic. And a year of real pain of unreliability and so many problems, so much track time lost, puts it all together. He was thanking the team for all of their efforts to upgrade that car. And it was a battle between Norris and Piastri. Norris got the clear air, built the gap. It's a celebration day for those in. Grand Prix wins now in his collection. Problem to have when you scored your team's first. Ferrari and Mercedes, who have been first. Norris with a victory that once he got clear air never seemed in doubt. Max Verstappen with a second place that even he can't believe, and Kimi Antonelli completing the podium. Charles Leclerc finished 4th after a 5-second penalty for Lewis Hamilton. Hadjar in the points once again. Russell's race undone by that anti-stall at the start. It was Lawson, Hülkenberg in the points for the first time this year, and Arvid Lindblad who completes the top 10. And it means that we'll see Racing Bulls up to 5th in a few moments' time. The rest of the classification: Bortoleto, Gasly, Stroll and Alonso, a glimmer of hope for the updated Aston Martins. Then it was Colapinto, Ocon, Albon and Sainz. Behrman was the last classified finisher, a retirement for Oscar Piastri from the podium places, and Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas had a day to forget for Cadillac. Let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship after round 11. Kimi Antonelli on 219 points. He extends his margin over both Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. Charles Leclerc in 4th, and it's Norris, our winner today, Verstappen, Piastri, Hadjar, Lawson and Gasly completing the top 10. Lawson up to 9th. Then it's Arvid Lindblad, who is in 11th, ahead of Colapinto, Behrman, Bortoleto, Sainz, Albon and Ocon. Hülkenberg on the board, and he's in 18th. Then it's Alonso and Stroll. Bottas ahead of Sergio Perez to complete the table. To the constructors' standings, where we find Mercedes on 379 points, Ferrari in 2nd, McLaren in 3rd and Red Bull in 4th. Up to 5th go Racing Bulls, down to 6th go Alpine, and then it is Haas, Audi, Williams and Aston Martin. Cadillac yet to trouble the scorers. Well, I want to thank the talented people at the gallery and on site for the sheer effort they've put in the first part of the campaign. Holding this microphone is a wonderful honor. Thanks for your company. We've seen a different winner today and another incredible Hungarian Grand Prix. We'll see you when Formula One returns.